and this is what he's doing. Oh my God, he is tearing up the building. He got fired. Are you serious? He really did this? He gonna go to jail. Why is he?
Arrested right now.
Why is he doing that?
He got fired. He's gonna get arrested. They hurt me. I still got my job.
Oh my God. Are you serious? Did they fire you too?
Yeah, I react a different way though.
Am I gonna get fired?
You work with the company.
I know that, but
You
shit.
ain't getting fired. This is for Easter shit.
They're gonna call the police on him.
Yeah, it probably will. Especially because it went over to their side.
Right.
Yeah.
He done tore their side up.
He really should have kept you on this side. Been all right.
Where did he go with the forklift? He done tore his whole... Oh my God. I'm about to go. All right, y'all seen the video. America is falling apart at this point. We as a people, as you can see, are crashing out and losing it. You know, I don't blame them. You know, I hate to say it, but I don't blame him. You never know what may have been going on in his mind. You know, you don't know what he'd been going through, if he was in a very vulnerable state where he actually needed that job to survive and put food on the table. You don't even know if he has a family, you know, to support. But even if he didn't have a family, he obviously had something going on, you know, whether if it was mental, you know, physical, something. There was an issue that was clearly unresolved here. But I'm going to tell you right now, people are tired of the BS. We're not going to keep putting up with the foolery. You know, this is a clear example of don't mess with people on the job. Leave people alone. Okay? Like, I've seen plenty of craziness in my time, you know, working 9-to-5 jobs and stuff, but nothing like this. Not to this extreme. But this just goes to show you, sometimes you just need to leave people the hell alone. Just leave people alone. Because, again, everybody has problems. Some people can afford to get help. Some people, in this case, probably can't afford to get the proper help that they need. Now, what he did in this case, I don't know how much the damages were when he damaged that job site with that forklift, but I'm pretty sure he probably caught himself a felony. Because from what I heard in the video, the people that witnessed it and recorded this video said they're going to have to call the cops on him. So yeah, I don't know the whole backstory of why he got fired or what led up to him getting fired on the job. But it just showed me, like, you can't play with people's emotions. You just can't. Just be real with them. You know, I talked with one of my good friends I was stationed with in the military earlier today, right? And she told me that her boss got fired, I think last week on Friday. And she said they were so inconsiderate the way they handled everything with her firing, and they were just so numb. They just treated her like she was a piece of trash. She basically said that the VP of their sales team did a last-minute Zoom meeting within 30 minutes and said, oh, so-and-so's fired. But anyway, on to the next agenda, like just brushed it off casually like it was nothing. And she said that her boss was so nice. I think she was a white lady. I'm not too sure. And she said that she wasn't even there that long. She was there for like maybe a year and a half, give or take. And the reason for her firing is because she didn't meet her end of the bargain with the sales quotas. That's why I'm not too fond of sales. They make a lot of money, but then it's like you have to be very aggressive at the same token. So it's just like, you got to pick your poison. Do you want to deal with an a-hole of a boss that's constantly hounding you for sales quotas? Or do you want a peace of mind and not have to worry about meeting a quota and punching the clock and collecting your check every 2 weeks and calling it a day with not worrying about no nonsense like this? But yeah, folks are fed up. Moral of the story here, folks, is that you don't know what people are going through. So don't take it personal if somebody is not talking to you for some reason. Don't think, oh, it's because they don't like me. Why aren't they talking to me? Blah, blah, blah. No, it's because they're going through some real life BS, you know. I'm just trying to, shed some light that sometimes when people go through this, they go through the motions and they spaz out or they crash out. It's like the new thing of 2025. They're not leaving peacefully. I've noticed a lot of crazy videos on social media. People will do whatever because they don't care at that point. It's just like, why bother leaving peacefully if you're going to screw up my life, screw up my money? I can't figure out what the next move is. Now I got to start over, find another job, go through some more BS training with that job because you got rid of me. And then half the time it's probably for no reason at all. That's the sad part because, a lot of the states, they're at will. So they can let you go for any little reason. They don't have to give you a reason to let you go. And that's why I tell people you're very expendable. You cannot rely on jobs to take care of you 24/7. This is why you create side hustles. This is why you create passive income. This is why you create other jobs that people cannot take away from you. This is why it's so important. And, even though I'm, not quote unquote completely successful, I still find ways to make money. That's the point. I don't depend on my 9 to 5 if I do work a 9 to 5. And I make sure that I have multiple side hustles to stay afloat and additional resources of income to keep myself going. Because if I don't, then I'm probably going to end up like homeboy on the forklift and crash out and destroy everything in sight. And that's the last thing you want to do, is take it out on your job that lets you go, because then you're going to create more trouble. You know what I'm saying? But people are done. People are not taking the BS no more. We're tired of it. And it's sad to say, but nobody cares. You know how jobs will say like, well, we're a team and there's no I in team, or we're a family. Run for your everlasting life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of these jobs don't give two diddly squats about yourself. Especially if you're a peon at the bottom of the totem pole, they don't care about you. They don't. You know what they care about? They care about money. And that's what my white friend told me earlier tonight. She basically said that the boss that got fired was simply because she didn't make enough money for the company. Period. It's not about, productivity, and it's not about, bringing in new clients and all this other BS. No, it's about money. It's a money game. All these so-called culture, company things that people try to incorporate to make it seem like they're the best company on planet Earth, and they have these team building, quote unquote, activities. Yeah, they don't care. That's just to keep you happy, and basically a nice way of sucking your soul away, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of these corporate businesses out here, they're just sucking people's lives away. They don't care about financial freedom. They don't care about, your precious PTO time. Matter of fact, I seen another YouTube video recently. I want to say yesterday I was looking, and I saw this content creator lady speaking about that she got fired, and she was black, and she said that she basically got let go for no reason, but she didn't crash out or nothing. She didn't spaz out. And she said the reason why they let her go is because she took off her precious PTO. She did it the right way now. It wasn't like she never showed up for work. She said she was always on time. She literally requested 2 weeks of PTO because her mother had recently died. And she explained to them that she was an only child. There was no other help but her. She was her mother's help, literally. And when her mother passed away, what happened? She got fired. Now I said, that's a damn shame that a job would fire you because you took PTO, your hard-earned time that you accrued on the job legally, and they still fired you because you were gone for 2 weeks and you still put in a request to take time off and you still got fired. That just tells me that companies are ruthless, they're arrogant, they don't have empathy, they don't care. They don't care what you're going through. If it's not about making the coin, they don't care. And I said, that's really sad. You know, it kind of made me teary-eyed when I saw that lady's clip about her mother passing away and then losing her job. And she said that, you know, she politely sent the boss man a text message and said, this is how you treat people when their family dies. And you knew I was the only sole survivor, you know, to help my mom. Like, I have nobody. It's just me. Like she said, if she had help, which I understand she didn't, if she had siblings, if she had other relatives that could have stepped in, she would have did it, but she didn't. And this just goes to show you how greedy corporate America is. If it's not about making the coins, if it's not about bringing in the Benjamins, they don't care about what you got going on. It's very sad. Very, very sad world we're living in. But yeah, I just thought I'd share my 2 cents on this whole aspect of how these jobs simply don't care. If, like I said, if it's not about the money, they don't care. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.